I was going to say, you got to test it before you go out there. A lot of ways to make that work. Hey, let's get back to the playing game last night. Lakers and Warriors.
Blur this
and LeBron
out,
James,
guys.
fourth quarter, winding down.
Kids
oh,
watch.
no, he gets poked in the eye by Draymond. That didn't stop him. Just a little bit of this in my eye. And with a minute left to play, LeBron's out there with the clutch 34-footer. The go-ahead, the stay-ahead bucket over Steph Curry. The Lakers get the win. They are your 7th seed. And LeBron, with that gouged eye, as Nick said, remains the king. Here he is after the game.
I put in a lot of work on my game. After drape my finger to the eye, I was literally seeing three rims out there. So I just shot at the middle one, and I was able to, through the grace of the man above, I was able to knock it down.
All right, Nick.
So good.
Let's just take a step back. Let's be objective here. Was LeBron's shot more clutch or more luck?
All right, I'll be objective. Whether or not LeBron was seeing 3 rims or not, we can discuss later, I suppose. I am so bothered that this is a question. And by the way, I'm not bothered. I'm not angry at our producers. This game was on ESPN, and my dear friend Stephen A. is the first person to talk about it, and he just declared, this is a lucky shot. I mean, obviously, it's a lucky shot. So this is part of the conversation. In no universe, except for the one involving this specific player, would that shot ever be considered a lucky shot. He catches the ball, squares his shoulders, beats the shot clock, and hits almost nothing but net. It is not banked in. It doesn't bounce around like Kawhi's baseline game winner. He didn't use an odd shooting form. But this is the definition of a clutch shot by, and this comment here is the one that makes people mad, even though all the numbers back it up. It was a clutch shot by the most clutch playoff performer in NBA history. The man with the most game winners in playoff history, the man with the most buzzer beaters in playoff history, the man who has hit those shots at the highest percentage of anyone in playoff history, now just adds in play-in history the first ever game winner, less than a minute remaining. By the way, if you call this a playoff game, Brandon, it's the second longest game winner we've had in 20 years. The only one longer was Dame's shot. And I was on TV when Dame hit his shot. You know what wasn't being discussed? Lucky shot. Oh my God, lucky shot. And I guarantee you, if the roles were reversed and Steph Curry hit a 34-footer in LeBron's eye, he would have been only one eye, one good eye. In LeBron's eye, we would be like, oh, was Steph lucky? Like, oh, was that a lucky shot? We'd be like, oh my God, Steph Curry, make him the new logo. So this is why Brandon LeBron wins a title and says, I want my damn respect. Because he hits a game winner to move into the playoffs. We're like, skill or luck? Don't know. Good arguments on both sides.
Oh my goodness, you and these words, you're such a wordsmith. And man, I'm watching this shot, I'm watching this game like everybody else, and I'm like, man, Nick Wright is going to be talking about this for the next 20 years. Another thing to add to his toolbox when he's on these on first things first. Bang. Please, look, it's both, Nick. That's what it is. It's luck and it's clutch. Why is that? Because when you look at the luck side of it, I mean, you said it. He's sitting back there from 34 feet. You didn't talk about it's a fadeaway. He's seeing three. It's contested by Steph. And I know we talked about this in the break, but it's actually good D. He's supposed to get in there in the paint and be ready to help out if he can, because LeBron James is sitting back there from 34 feet. So that's the luck part. But it's clutch because as a player, when the game is on the line, this is what clutch players do. This is what big players do. You find a way. It doesn't matter if your shot's altered. It doesn't matter if your shot's contested. You find a way. And LeBron James found a way, and now he's the king of the play-in game, king of the playoffs, king of finals. You know, this is why he could potentially go down as the GOAT one day if AD happens to stand up and do his part.
Whoa,
Yeah.
boy.
The king stayed the
Brandon,
king.
you are 100% right. LeBron found a way, and he was not himself the entire game. He didn't have a super explosiveness. He wasn't attacking the rim. He wasn't playing crazy closeout defense. He looked like a guy whose ankle was bothering him and couldn't get his shot to go down. And he found a way. And Nick, when he hit this shot, I was like, you got to be kidding me. This guy came in and couldn't play the game that he wanted to play. He had to play a different game to a point where it felt like, and this is not an exaggeration, when a dad plays with a bunch of kids and doesn't want to score and just sits at the point up to the top of the key like, bingo. Oh, Kuzma, you've been nothing's happened all game. Bingo. Caruso, bingo. Who else wants one? Bingo. He's just making it all happen without moving. And the fact that he hit this, a shot that he didn't want to take and obviously like wasn't drawn up, just shows, Brandon, just like you said, that the guy can find a way. And Nick, that's what I find the most impressive about the shot.
Yeah, I think that's a great point because he wasn't himself. And I said it earlier, he didn't play a great game. But if we call this a semi-elimination game, it's the worst semi-elimination or elimination game he's played in at least 4 years. And yet he still ends with a triple-double and the game winner. But there is a belief amongst, I can't say LeBron, I think LeBron believes this, but I don't know that. I know there is a belief amongst almost all the people closest to LeBron that he is evaluated so much differently, not than every other NBA player, but than every other NBA superstar. So I just want the audience, and even if you hate what I say about LeBron, think about this and be honest with yourself. If LeBron and Steph's nights were exactly reversed, if LeBron had been excellent throughout the game and then in the second half had 4 turnovers, including a critical one with minutes remaining where after the turnover, he complains about not getting a call, doesn't get back on defense, and the opposition scores. And Steph struggles throughout the game. And then in the final minute, in LeBron's eye, hits a 34-footer to win the game. What's the narrative this morning? Because the narrative this morning is LeBron hit a shot, LeBron's great. Steph also, what a game. Amazing game. And by the way, LeBron's shot might have been a little lucky. If everything were reversed, the narrative would be, oh, LeBron blows it down the stretch again, and Steph found a way, was having a tough night. But then in the biggest spot, that's why
what makes the king
he's
the
the guy
king.
you want taking those shots. Go ahead, Brandon.
Exactly, but that's what makes the king the king. When you are you're in the conversation of being one of the GOATs or the GOAT, you know, that's what comes with it. You know, we want these debates. We want to have these conversations. And that's why LeBron James is always one of the fan favorites, because he continues to step up, hit big shots, and he says the right things and do the right things. But the reality is he's a little bit of a drama king as well, talking about 3 rims. Okay. Please, I saw 3 rims. Get out of here, beat it.
But I agree with you, Brandon, if I were saying LeBron, how LeBron is evaluated compared to how, say, Klay Thompson's evaluated when Klay gets healthy.
Right.
Or Bradley Beal or other great players. But the 2 most decorated players of this generation are LeBron and Steph. I sent Wilds the article yesterday. It was written, hey, it's time to admit it. Steph Curry, finally, better than LeBron James. The SB Nation does the poll. Who would you want taking the final shot, LeBron or Steph? 72% takes Steph. Who do you trust more in an elimination game? 78% said Steph. So we can't have all those things out there and then be like, oh, well, of course, Steph's not evaluated the same way LeBron is. He's not the same caliber player. We talk about him like he is one of the 15 greatest players of all time, which he is. And it's just, this question would not be being asked with Steph. Was it a lucky shot? I guarantee you that. And LeBron did it basically blind.
All right.
He was basically blind, Gemma.
So now what? Now what? Blind. Gosh. It's hard to take you seriously. Now what for the Lakers? What do they have ahead of them right now? Is this just the start of another title run? We'll have that next. But first, check out Packers running back A.J. Dillon showing off his monstrous quads.
Don't worry, I got you. You see the shirt. The quad father's here, man.